Hey there, welcome to my Self-Publishing Revolution review. This is an updated 2018 review for you guys. So in this video, what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through my very in-depth article that has also been updated, and I'm going to mix it with video so you guys can see the actual digital tour. We're going to be covering also the story. We're going to see the rating I gave it at a glance. I'm also going to show you how Self-Publishing Revolution is quite black hat, who it's for, the price, if it's justified, getting Self-Publishing Revolution at a discounted price, specific bonuses that I made just for this course, and I'm going to encourage you to actually read this article because it's super in-depth and we're not going to have a lot of time in this video to go through what the entire article covered. Alright, so most people who research for a review, specifically a Self-Publishing Revolution review, were most likely researching Kindle publishing tips or something like that, and then they came across this guy with an Italian accent, right, Luca, and you're wondering if he's trustable, or is his course worth it? Is it worth all the hype? Because he's a relentless marketer when it comes to promoting his course. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my story, because I did start off this course back in 2016, and this is basically what I'm covering in the article. This is the most in-depth review you're ever going to find on Self-Publishing Revolution, guys, and it is as real as they come. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. If I'm not here to tell the truth, then what's the point of me being here, right? Alright, so here's the real story about why Self-Publishing Revolution gets so much interest. So as you know, the course creator really flashes a lot of money and claims and things of that nature, but what most people don't know is that he did start off as a student as well from a popular course called K-Money Mastery. Alright, so I took K-Money Mastery as well, a little after he did. So during this stage he was making his own course. He, like myself and others, noticed the weaknesses in K-Money Mastery, and it seemed like that course taught more theory than applicable content. Students were interested in more practicality. I think Luca sensed this a lot, actually. So like many others that came before him, he created a course that improved upon K-Money Mastery, and that's how Self-Publishing Revolution entered the scene. Alright, so you can read the rest of this story here, but the long story short is that a lot of people followed what was taught in K-Money Mastery and had okay success. Only a few select people knew what they were doing, and Luca was one of those people, and then he started creating his course and then promoting it, and then he really connected with those people who weren't having enough success in K-Money Mastery. He talked in a marketing angle that made K-Money Mastery students jump ship to his course. And back then his course was still a high-ticket course. I believe it started off at $300 or something like that, but people didn't mind. They didn't care because they could potentially and finally get rid of the monthly full disclosure membership that K-Money Mastery offers. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But this was the birth of Self-Publishing Revolution. Alright, so in this part of the article, what I'm doing is giving you a tour of Self-Publishing Revolution, but let me do one better here. I'm going to pull up the actual dashboard so you guys can see that I actually own this course. I've taken this course. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to get. Okay, so on the right is the actual course. On the left is my review. So each lesson is broken down, or each module is broken down a little different here. I said that this right here, the basic lessons, I called that module 1. And let's see, the reviews I called module 2, if I recall. Module 2, where are you? Yeah, here's module 2. So let's take this one chunk at a time, and I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, guys. So each of these videos have maybe 1 to 4 videos max, if I recall. I'm not going to open up each one just because it's not my place to show you a paid product. I just want to give you an idea of what you're going to get. But what I can do for you guys is actually give you my 2 cents for each one of these lessons, like I did in this article. So I'm only going to go through a few. So for example here, lesson 1C, part 3, which is this one, how to find profitable keywords and market domination strategy. Part 3, there's a lot to this process. Consider yourself lucky. Originally there were only 2 parts. Part 3 was added on later. I only suspect this because blah blah blah, members were overwhelmed in the Facebook group and direct messaging Luca about the keyword umbrella. So the keyword umbrella is something that Luca actually promotes in his YouTube videos, and I believe it's explained, yeah, here in part 2. Then there's Kindle Spy, which, by the way, KDP Rocket is far superior these days simply because there's Amazon searches per month. So that review article is also here. By the way, guys, I will be linking this review article for Self-Publishing Revolution in the description, so make sure to check that out. There's getting your first book written. I have a video here that I need to update, but it mainly holds strong here. I'm actually creating an article about the best ghostwriting services for Kindle publishers here soon. Let's move on to module 2. So this is the self-publishing underworld. This is where Luca is actually going to guide you through how to set up getting reviews. Okay, there's no step really missing here, except some things have adapted, and there's a PDF for that in the actual course, I believe down here somewhere. I no longer review swap. I don't really like doing review swapping. I never did, but for me it's just not something that I endorse or do any longer. I just do white hat strategies these days. But you might be on a different, let's say, part in your journey. Okay, so that's fully explained here, versus in K-Money Mastery you would have to pay, I believe, $197 or something like that to learn this stuff for the virtual assistant upsell. Okay, module 3 is right here, which is just basically the steps for CreateSpace. However, there are some things missing, but the price strategy is great. And what's missing here, guys, is the actual bundling, the bundle of the CreateSpace books itself. There could be a lot better instructions for that, but we'll get to that soon. Okay, module 4 is ACX. It's quite straightforward. Module 5 is the strategies. That's what I called it. So long books, scaling up fast. Alright, so here's what I was talking about, the bundling. There are more intermediate steps missing to this part. I've been personally asked by members of this course, and this is very true by the way, in private messages, how to do these intermediate steps. How do you bundle correctly? How do you actually do it for a Kindle book? How do you do it for an ACX book? How do you do it for a CreateSpace book? Like, what does the cover have to say? How do I adjust the manuscript correctly? How do I do it myself if I wanted to? That's all explained in this bonus that I'm giving away if you do happen to get Self-Publishing Revolution through my link. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm covering basically the holes that need to be plugged in this ship. That's a funny analogy. Alright, so continuing on here, assessing the competition. Okay, so more of these 2 cents here from me. Go ahead and click on the article and read this yourself if you would like. This is quite long-winded here. I would be here on this video forever with you guys if I actually went through all that. Alright, so is Self-Publishing Revolution black hat? And by this time in the video you might have guessed yes, and you might be okay with that, but some would argue that actually review swapping is not black hat and it's more gray hat. And here I post what Luca's argument or his case against review swaps is, and it somewhat makes sense, but not really in my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. Definitely check that part out. So who is Self-Publishing Revolution for? Okay, so here I state that it's for beginners. If you are looking for a course to start off with in this business model, and if you're looking for a mainstream course that takes you from A to Z, and you're debating should it be K-Money Mastery, don't take K-Money Mastery unless you really like Stefan or something. I would take Self-Publishing Revolution over K-Money Mastery any day, just because you're getting no intermediate steps missing. So if you like what you see on YouTube and you can't resist not having Self-Publishing Revolution, and I think this might be for you. And like I said, this is where I started too. So why will it benefit beginners and novices? Because of the way this course is structured. Luca takes you by the hand from the depths of the black hat underworld to being self-published on Amazon. And beginners and novices usually don't have the patience to build an email list in their niche or drive traffic to their books through other sources like Google and whatnot. That's just a hard, honest truth. Okay, so you have to be honest with yourself. Are you willing to go through all that, or do you want to do the outsourced type of publishing that's taught in Self-Publishing Revolution? This is more suitable for beginners. On the bright side, you're getting a great education of the self-publishing process minus the review module, but let that go. Alright, so is the price justified? Because it's $6.97, guys. The justification number 1 is the Facebook group, which by the way has beginner and advanced self-publishers in it, and believe it or not, there are white hat self-publishers in there. Okay, so this is a benefit versus what K-Money Mastery offers, where you actually have to pay $67 a month to be part of their Facebook group. Justification number 2 is the access to advanced lessons. The K-Money Mastery also has you pay $67 a month just to access these lessons, while Self-Publishing Revolution gives it all to you at a one-time price. So I think that's another justification. And the third one, of course, and you should probably know this too. I haven't watched a Luca video in a long time, but the last time I checked, he's always, I like to say, pimping out his students' dashboards. Okay, so every month usually there's some new dashboards in the Facebook group, and that's a good justification. I mean, his course does produce results. They might be black hat, I might not like them, but they are producing results, so the price is somewhat justified there. Now, Self-Publishing Revolution does go on a discount sometimes. I do keep this button as updated as possible, so sometimes you will get a discount. If you go through this link, you're going to get $100 or so off, which brings your total to around $500 and something instead of close to $700, which was $697, I think. So in my article, actually, let me expand this here for you guys, because I think we are done with this here. Everything else is just what you see on your screen. What you see is what you get. And yes, the downloadable resources. Alright guys, let's resume this video. We're almost done. If you want to take a deeper look into K-Money Mastery versus Self-Publishing Revolution, definitely check this section out. This is the back end to the K-Money Mastery course funnel. And this is my versus review, so I really compare them side by side, and my customized bonuses to supplement this course. Okay, so I have my Kindle Secrets ebook, my Kindle formatting ebook. So each one of these I made, guys. The Kindle funnel, so this is going to help you actually get set up, get your email list set up. A lot more than what's taught in the course, I believe. And the bundle covers, of course. And this is the compiled strategies that I used when I first started out. And that pretty much sums it up, guys. This was my honest review. I try to make it as condensed as possible. But definitely check out Self-Publishing Revolution here on my review article if you want to know a lot more than what I just covered. Okay, so this is it at a glance. 4 out of 5 stars, what I liked, what I didn't like. You can get this at a discounted price always on this page. So I'll leave a link to this article below this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.